Step forward, not back.
Oh,
Then to the right and close.
Oh,
Come here, Jim, I'll show you. Put that there.
just a
Go.
minute. Yeah, just a minute.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1.
Oh, Dorothy, I can explain everything. I can. No, I can't. No. What are you doing here?
No, Sharon's not here right now, and I've no idea when she's due back, so you'll have to call later.
Even if she'll be back.
Look, Sharon's just temporarily taken leave of her senses, that's all.
You know, she reckons there's not one person on the square who wouldn't come round given time.
Well, more fool her, then.
Maybe she's right. Usually wherever Dot leads, everyone else follows.
Dot Cotton's batty, always has been.
Dot Branning, Dad. The world's moved on, it's changed. Maybe it's time we did the same.
Oh, so, this is okay all of a sudden, is it?
Look, all I'm saying is, for Dennis and Sharon to still want to be together despite all of this, they must have something pretty special.
And Sharon does have something special, it's called family. And you can't stomach seeing the two of them together, so don't pretend you can.
I would have asked, only Sharon didn't turn up till late. Don't worry, I kicked on the sofa. Wouldn't want you to think I was taking advantage or nothing.
Does this mean that her father's come round now?
She's walked out on him. We're going to check in at the B&B until we find a flat.
We've tried, Dot. And we keep on trying just to get Dad to shift even a little bit, but he won't. It's hopeless.
Well, it's going to make things a bit awkward round here, isn't it? Three of you bumping into each other.
Well, we're moving away. Making a fresh start.
Leaving the square? You can't. This is your home. Your family's here.
Well, I've got Dennis. That's what really matters.
What do you mean you can't get no answer from him? Well, look, Mickey should have opened up about an hour ago. Hold on, I'll call you back.
I want a word with you.
Oh, please, not more worthy omelets from the good book.
You do well to listen to them nuggets of wisdom, Dennis Watts.
Thou shalt not be a nosy Parker. Isn't that one of the Ten Commandments?
Yeah, and the good book also says, thou shalt not suffer fools gladly, Corinthians 2, chapter 11, verse 19. But you'll be pleased to hear that in your case I'm making an exception. You do know Sharon is with us.
I did put two and two together.
Yeah, you look as happy about it as she does. I mean, she's putting on a brave face, but she hates having to choose like this. And believe it or not, so does Dennis.
I wouldn't have thought he gave her monkeys.
Well, you ain't seen a side to him that I have in the past few days. Oh, he puts on a big act too, but Vicky and Sharon and you, yes, you, mean everything to him.
Oi! You scared the life out of me, girl.
Oh, feeling a bit sensitive, are we? Well, that doesn't surprise me. Mickey, the Archie smells like an off-licence. Mind you, if someone had have opened up this morning when they meant to, it might be smelling a bit sweeter by now.
Yes, I know, gal, but I was doing the old PRing stuff.
Oh, this should be good.
This geezer come round the Arches last night, all right? He reckon he's got this big taxi contract, so I'll give him the old...
Yeah, you got plenty of that, haven't you?
Yeah, so anyway, he decides he wants to wash it down with a couple of whiskies to smooth off the deal.
Oh, you little soldier, you.
I'm telling you something, wife. If this contract's anything to do with the size of the geezer's gob, we are going to be quitting, because he could knock 'em back, mate.
Oh, so, did we get this contract then?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I can't remember. Yeah, but I'm sure he'll be back later on to tell us anyway.
Yeah, and you'll be back and all. Come on.
Oh, go, please, mate. Not after all the overtime I put in last night.
Overtime?
Yeah, I was going to catch up with you about that, about money and stuff. I'm going to do that as soon as I've been sick.
Not exactly reliable, is he?
No, he's a slippery toe rag.
You need someone dependable.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Mature, good with his hands, good with people.
Oh, if you could find someone like that for me, Mo, I'd kiss their boots.
I just have.
Huh?
We've got a problem.
What?
Nana was just about to get on the tube when it happened.
What? No, you're all right, darling. What happened?
I'm okay, darling, but Wilfred isn't. He's just had a call on his mobile. because he's got trouble back at his flat.
It's flooded. It's a water leak, apparently.
Oh, well, that's okay then.
What's okay about that?
What? No, no, I don't mean it's okay. I just mean it's something that can be repaired, that's all.
You'll have to find somewhere to stay until it is.
Do you hear what he's... I get your game, you old goat. Turn on a few taps, make a few puddles, cop a billet here in the Queen Vic, so you can be next to this sexy young lady. What? What's he doing?
Actually, Alfie, a lot of things of great sentimental value have been damaged, haven't they, Wilfred?
Oh, I...
Come on, let's go and call the insurers and sort this out.
What are you looking like that for? It's only a joke.
Yeah, and I like cracker it was and all.
See, look, if I could get Dorothy to look at this properly, I'm sure I could get her to go for it.
Yeah, but it's not what you really think of when you think of Dot, though, is it? Huh?
Oh, yeah, but they're very upmarket, these places these days. I mean, look at that, look. A la carte and en-suites and all sorts of other French stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, well, they've got to have something for the lads, haven't they?
50 metres and all.
Oh, what, swimming pool, yeah.
You know, I like the look of this, you know.
Hmm?
I really, really like the look of this.
You know, I don't know why I didn't think of it before. The bonnet catcher's on the right there, Charlie.
Right.
Yeah, I've got a no-brainer like Mickey helping me, while all the time you've been sat indoors twiddling your thumbs. No, Charlie. Safety first, mate. The bonnet stay goes there like that.
Modern engineering, eh?
Yeah, shocking, isn't it? Look, why don't I finish this off? Why don't you check the pressures and levels, eh?
All right. Looks pretty level to me.
No, I mean like the brake fluid and the oil on it.
Joke, Garrett.
No.
Do not start anything in here, OK?
You know I could never keep my hands off you, Patricia.
Just behave, please, Dan.
I'm choosing who I sit with.
This won't take long.
So what's it going to be? Pistols or swords?
I'm not here for a ruck.
What, no duel to the death? This is your daughter's honour we're talking about here.
I apologise. I said a lot of things last week I meant. How difficult it was me to cope with all this. Also a lot of things I didn't mean.
Just leave it.
I didn't know what you'd been through. I was just mouthing off.
I said leave it.
And if I'd have known what you'd been through... I'm sorry.
Well, that's the softening up bit done. Now on to Sharon, yeah?
No. Not Sharon. That's it.
I got to admit, babe, you might have something here, you know.
Look at everything on offer.
Yeah, 3 bars.
Sports facilities.
Entertainment nightly.
Fitness classes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not going there, though, are you?
We may be.
Oh, why not?
I went to one of those places once. Things I could tell you.
How do you mean?
Well, Jim, I think it must be something to do with being shut away from the rest of the world or something. But when people get there, they go mad.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, drinking, dancing, all night. Sometimes all the next day as well. It's worse than the last days of Babylon.
Sounds like carnival time in Trinidad.
Let's get Dorothy sawed up with this.
Hey. If you do, you won't tell Pauline, will you? I don't think I could stand a trip down memory lane.
It's all too easy these days, that's the trouble.
Is that right, Charlie?
Yeah, we'll take torque wrenches for starters. I mean, in the old days, the mechanics used to be able to feel how tight a nut should be. And all this diagnostic stuff. Good old mechanics could hear a cylinder missing 50 paces away.
So, you checked all the pressures and that then, did you?
Yeah, all done.
Well, that back tyre don't look too healthy to me.
Oh, tyres.
Yeah, it's all right, Charlie. They probably never put air in them in your day.
Levels and pressures, that's what you said, didn't you?
Yeah, imagine what they'd have done to you if you'd have forgotten that in the old days, eh? You'd have probably been shot. That's after they'd tarred and feathered you.
And I'd have deserved it. What would have happened if this motor had gone out?
It's all right, it didn't, did it?
I can't even do a simple job like that these days.
Oh, come on, Charlie.
You did me a favour, and what did I do? I've let you down.
No, it's the type of mistake we all make. 3 times a day. 30 times a day in Mickey's case.
I'll get me coat.
Oh, come on, Charlie, look. You've done more for me in an hour what Mickey's managed to do in a whole month.
You're only saying that to make me feel better.
Nah, look, I mean it. Well, you know me, I'm a terrible liar.
If you really mean what you're saying, OK, I'll stay.
Yeah, good.
But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to sort all your tools out.
Tools?
Yeah, well, they're all over the place, aren't they? They should be organised. Not a single socket out of place. Do you know what? Years ago when I visited garages, you could eat your lunch off their working benches.
You're enjoying that, aren't you?
Yeah, it's lovely, mate, thanks.
You all right?
I would be if everyone just left me alone.
OK.
Why are you having a go at Pan?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to.
So you're just lashing out at passers-by? It's not one of your most endearing character traits, Dennis. I'm tired. I'm not the only one. I know I haven't exactly been inside recently, but it's like all the fight's gone out of Dad.
That's because he's lost.
No one wins or loses in something like this.
I got Sharon now.
And she's losing her dad.
So am I.
Well, she cares.
And you think I don't?
I mean, really cares. If things go on the way they are, I'm going to lose the 2 of you as well. And I know how it's going to be from now on. I'm going to have to sneak out to see you when Dad isn't looking. I'm going to have to pretend it's not you I'm talking to on the phone when it is. And this is providing, of course, Dad's still here. He hasn't just disappeared again. I really hate this, Dennis.
Oh, all right, lad.
Hello, Jim.
I was just thinking about a bit of cover for Dorothy, see, Pauline.
Cover?
Yeah, well, it's for this Easter holiday we're going on, see.
What Easter holiday?
Well, it's Easter holiday. A lot of us round here are going on as it happens.
Oh.
Wilf, I'm sorry about earlier on, mate, but typical me, always trying to make a comedy out of a crisis, you know.
Nothing worrying you, is it?
How do you mean?
You were a little odd this morning.
Well, here we go, another Alfie Moon speciality, eh? Bad joke at a bad time. Listen, Wilf, I meant what I said, you know, about staying here with us. It's quite all right.
Yes, I was going to ask you about
Yeah, well,
that.
it's not a problem, mate.
And I was going to pay the going rate.
Were you?
Yes, but I thought, well, he's right, you know. Victoria and I living under the same roof. Call me old-fashioned, but it's not really on. So I've booked into the B&B across the square. Is my room ready yet, landlord?
Oh, ship-shape and Bristol fashion.
1 month's rent in advance, as agreed, correct?
Yeah, man. Holiday money.
Come for the rest of your stuff, have you?
Just how stupid do you think I am? I mean, do you really expect me to believe you meant all that? Yeah, you sounded pretty convincing, but not as convincing as you sounded last week in the Vic.
Yeah, well, if I was you, I'd hate me too.
Oh, finally we agree on something.
Look, I'm not going to apologise for finding all this difficult. Anybody would. But fast forward 20 years, put yourself in my place. I think you'd have a few problems with it too.
I'm not talking about me and Sharon, I'm talking about me and you.
And how's your head? Sorted, is it? Crystal clear? Well, lucky you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Look, the last few months have been pretty weird for both of us, right? But you had a head start. You knew about me. I didn't know anything about you. I knew I was coming to see Sharon. Vicky turning up was a bit of a shock. But I thought that maybe one day I might bump into her. I didn't even know you existed.
And that's supposed to be some sort of excuse, is it?
Look, I've been off course from the start. And that's a failing, I admit that. But the worlds I've been moving in for the last few years, you can't be like that. Because it means your guard's dropped, and you can't drop your guard because you're going to get hurt.
You never drop it. These are just words just like last week.
But last week I would have said that white was blue and the moon was made out of green cheese. You got me in such a state. And I said something I really shouldn't have said. I don't even know where it came from. And I found out afterwards it was true.
And that really bothered you, did it?
Yeah.
See, I've got a small problem with that. I mean, for me to believe that, I'd actually have to believe that you really care. And I'm sorry, Den, apart from one little moment, all you've given me since I've been back is grief.
Oh, and you've been sweetness and light to me, have you?
Oh, maybe not.
No, you've been a right lippy little git.
So clip me round the ear, then.
If I'd have brought you up, you'd have had plenty of clips round here, then maybe you wouldn't have turned out like this.
Yeah, maybe I've followed in your footsteps, eh?
What's all this about, anyway? Why are you bothered? In fact, what you doing here, anyway?
I just want to know who the real you was talking. You and the Vic, or you just now?
Why?
And the trouble is, I still don't.
What I said just now I meant. And I meant it because, contrary to appearances, I'm actually human.
Yeah, well, you got to dig pretty deep.
Well, maybe you have. But there's one thing that's guaranteed to work every time. You hurt Sharon. You hurt me. Because something twists here inside of me. And the same goes for Vicky. And I found that out last week.
Go on.
That day in the Vic, I put on a big act. And it's something I do now and again. But afterwards, I came back here and I sat there and...
What? Come on, spit it out, whatever it is.
Well, I found out what happened to you. Something twisted here inside of me so bad, just like it did when I found out that Phil Mitchell had used Sharon as a punch bag. And that same thing's just twisted inside you, and for the same reasons. Because we can't take our family getting hurt.
Yeah, but I'm not family, am I? You said so yourself.
Well, maybe that's not strictly true. Now, can't you see how hard this is for me?
You hate me. I know it, you know it.
I don't hate you. If I hated you, I wouldn't bother with you.
Don't start playing games with me. It was bad enough at Christmas.
Well, Christmas was real enough for me.
Trouble is, last week felt pretty real too.
Look, think about it for a minute. I came back like that. And I found I had a son I didn't even know about, who wasn't exactly preparing for holy orders. Was a hothead, a chancer.
Like I said, just like you.
And I'm trying to fit this latest little bombshell into a life that's already been turned upside down. I came back to find the son I never knew I had shacked up with my daughter, who'd never been out of my thoughts for a single moment the last 14 years. So try that one on for size. Can you see the corner you boxed me into? I also realised last week that, yeah, you and me were family. OK, it took a while, but I'd finally taken it on board, and then suddenly I find it all changed. That you and Sharon weren't family, you were lovers. And you can't be both. I can't feel that way about the pair of you.
You don't feel any way about me.
My son and daughter getting up from the same bed. I can't accept that. No father could.
You're messing with my head.
No, I'm not.
I love Sharon.
Yeah, of course you do, and it's only right. Same, it's only right you should love Vicky.
You're twisting things.
But you don't know what real love is, do you? Because those sickos that hurt you all those years ago, they made sure of that.
Do not go
Listen,
down.
I know it's not your fault. Can't you see what I'm trying to say? You're confused up there. You love Sharon because you think it's the way it should be with everyone. But it isn't. This is different. But you don't know that. No one's ever loved you the way that she's loved you. And the way that we should love you. Without taking anything back. Look, I'm not trying to screw up your head. I'm trying to straighten it out. For your sake, for our sake. I want you to see what you could have, what you really could have if you opened your eyes. Because believe me, it's a heck of a lot better than a broken apart family who never talk. So what is it you want? What do you really want in the end? What do you want out of life? Do you want to continue sticking two fingers up at the rest of the world, ignoring that tight ball in your stomach every time? Or do you want to stay on the outside, looking in on something you want, something you really wanted? Or are you going to fool yourself into thinking that you prefer to be on the out, not part of it? Do you want this? Do you want all this? Vicky? Sharon? Me? Father and daughter, father and son. I don't have to ask, do I? Because I know what you want. Because that's what I want too.
Well, why didn't you tell me about it?
Because I didn't think you'd be interested. I certainly ain't.
No? Well, Jim is.
More fool him.
He's only thinking of you in all this, you know.
Well, I'm thinking me Christian duties. It's a very busy time of year, this is, Pauline. But then what does God's work?
Yeah. Well, I think he's doing God's work in his own way.
What, by taking me to holiday camp?
By thinking of you. I mean, you know, he knows it's been a difficult time for you.
The Lord comes first.
I thought he was supposed to be everywhere.
Who?
Him.
Oh, of course he is.
Well, there you are, then. You won't be leaving him behind just because you're leaving Albert Square for a few days. You'll just be doing his good work somewhere else, that's all. Besides, you might not be the only person that needs a break. I mean, Jim probably wants to go away and forget about it. No.
So how's he getting on?
Oh, wonderful. My tools have never been straighter. Lovely neat lines they're in.
So the trial was successful then?
What trials is she talking about?
What that 62-year-old bloke's been doing while you've been sleeping off an hangover.
Hey, Gal, what's going on here, mate?
Sorry, Mickey.
Don't apologise to him.
I'm sorry, mate.
Oh, no, don't apologise to her either. This is my job we're talking about.
What's your job?
Hey, look, Gal, you can't do this. You know what, if you sack me, I'm going to take you to an industrial tribunal.
You're a cash in the air merchant, Mickey. What's it to be? The Archers of Walford versus the Invisible Man?
Yeah, well, you know what? I didn't want this job anyway because I am destined for bigger things than the Archers, Gal.
Well, go and find them then.
Here, Mo, come and have a look at these tools.
Look, Mickey.
No, Gal, just forget about it now, mate.
Look, you have been taking a mick a bit recently, ain't you? Hello, Archie's. Taxi contract.
See? I told you I weren't taking a mick, Gal. You know what? You can stuff your job because I'm not a 9-to-5 man.
Dennis, I've just picked up some details on a few flats. There's a lovely one down Epping Way. What?
I just seen Pauline.
Oh, have you, Moss?
She was going on about this holiday you're organising.
Ah, yeah, well, Patrick and Landy, they're signed up for it and all now.
She seemed to think that I was going.
Oh, where could she got... Oh, dear.
In fact, she was quite disappointed when I told her that I weren't. She'd even organised a couple of Mr. Hopper Papa Top.
She's got her wires crossed.
In fact, she was very disappointed, as you knew she would be, Jim Brannan, when you told her about it.
No, I was just asking her about holiday relief, you know, in case you could be prevailed upon to change your mind. Like, I mean, I can just see you dancing across this ballroom. Look at that, Dorothy, look.
Hallucinated now, are we?
A bit of a dancer, aren't you, Dad?
Oh, it's just elegant, you know. All them flowing gowns and that. But that's as may be. It's you and your sneaky little shenanigans I'm talking about, Jim Brannan. In fact, the way I see it, I'd better go with you. Make sure you don't get up to no more of your tricks.
So?
Why did you come back here?
What?
All those years ago, you'd left. Why did you come home?
Well, I don't know, because it is home, I suppose.
And this place in Epping, is this going to be home?
People make new homes all the time, Dennis.
Don't make new dads, though, do they?
Has Vicky been talking to you again?
No, it isn't just Vicky, it's Dot, too. You lost him once before.
What?
For years, and that was really hard for you. And now you're going to do the same all over again.
But it means I have you, so it's worth it. No, I'm not going to be dancing a jig when we leave, of course not, but if it's the only way we can be together...
And is it? I mean, right now, the way I see it, we got two choices. We can carry on with what we're doing, we can move out of here and tear this family into tiny little pieces. Or we can go back to what we were before.
And that way we all of us get to stay together.
It's Dad, isn't it? It's not Vicky. He's the one that's been getting
That
at
is
you.
right, isn't it? I mean, I'm not missing
Dennis?
something. I want to be with you, Sharon.
That's all right, then.
But I want to be with Vicky, too. And yeah, I want to stay close to him and all. You know, I want to get to know him. I want to spend some time with him.
You backing out? You giving up on me?
Cross your heart, Sharon. Cross your heart and tell me you can walk away from the square, from your home, from your sister, from your dad.
It was always going to be a difficult choice. We knew this.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be a choice. That's the point. You know, you can have it all. We can have it all. I mean, it's me that's been forcing you into making this into a choice. You know, me or him and me or Vicky, and I was wrong.
You are backing out, aren't you? You are giving up on me and you.
I'm not backing out on anything or giving up on anyone. I just don't see you being happy moving away from it.
You? Would you be happy? Come on, Dennis, that's what this is really all about, isn't it?
No, it isn't. It's about you just as much as it's
Would
about
you
me.
be happy?
No. Not now, no.
Not now. What's he said to you? What's he said, Dennis? Oh, just what you want to hear, right? He's playing you.
No.
He's messing with your head,
This
that's
is
all.
messing with my head. And it's all my fault, you know. I got it wrong.
What did you get wrong? What, me and you?
Not the way I feel about you, but just what that is.
I don't understand.
This is all new to me, Sharon. You know, caring about someone and being a part of something. And I've been all over the place since I got here, but I'm not anymore. You know, I know who I am. I know what I want.
And it's not me.
I want you.
But you want me like you want Vicky and Dad, like family? He's going to do it, isn't he? He's going to win.
This isn't about winning or losing. Vicky was right. This is about finding something and keeping it. And I want to keep it, Sharon. I really, really want to keep it. I don't want to be on the outside looking in anymore, and I don't want to take
Answer the question, Dennis. You want me like you want Vicky and Dad, like family. And you want that more than you want just me and you. Dennis!
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Where are you going?
To the B&B.
And what am I supposed to do?
Just go home, Sharon.
Why can't we have this room?
Because I am bigger than you.
My Family, next on BBC One.
You're not bigger than me.
What kind of argument is that?